We know each season of Outlander is based on one novel in the series, but an intriguing question is which one the 7th season will be based on. With the finale of Season 6 having aired in May, everyone seems to be pretty excited for what's next. Fans are already theorizing about whether they'll remain faithful to the books or not. Without further ado, let's dive into what we know about the upcoming season's adaptation. First off, which book will the season be based on? We know for sure that the first few episodes of Outlander Season 7 will be based on A Breath of Snow and Ashes. That's because the 6th one had to be cut short due to the pandemic. It ended up being 4 episodes shorter than initially planned, but those will be added now. So we'll see first these wrap up the storylines from the 6th book in the series. After that, the story will move on to the 7th one, An Echo in the Bone. Beware of spoilers, because we'll be discussing some in case you haven't read the books. The book picks up off the back of A Breath of Snow and Ashes, where Roger and Brianna take Jenny and their newborn Amanda to their own time. Mandy needed surgery to save her life, and it was only possible to do that in the 20th century. Meanwhile, in the past, Claire and Jamie head to Scotland to deal with a bunch of things. This includes heading back to Lollybrook, where she finds out that Ian Murray's ill and can't be saved. It'll lead to Jenny leaving Scotland behind, but there will also be a moment when it looks like they're dead when actually they'll be alive. Just how much of this book will the showrunners fit into the season? That's something we're all curious about right now. Let's wait and see for ourselves. Next, some cast and character information. As far as the cast of the upcoming season's concerned, we'll definitely be seeing the primary members, such as Catriona Balfe, Sam Heughan, Sophie Skelton, and Richard Rankin. But that doesn't mean that there won't be any new additions to the story. Even previously, we've seen new heroes and villains regularly join, so there's no doubt about whether Season 7 will have any or not. Catriona actually confirmed this in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, so that's confirmation that we'll be seeing new characters in, perhaps some at Wilmington, where Claire will be sent for trial. Executive producer Matthew Roberts also recently revealed that 2 new characters have been introduced to the show. Izzy Michael Small and Joey Phillips will be playing siblings, Rachel Hunter and Denzel Hunter respectively. They'll be known as Quakers living in the countryside, whose daily routine is interrupted when Ian comes to their farm along with an injured Ransom. We think these characters have possibly been pre-decided, because after all, this is a book-to-television adaptation, so if you really want to know who they are, you can read An Echo in the Bone to find out for yourself. Some waiting should do if you feel like going in blind for a more refreshing experience. Also, Season 7 could even be split into 2 parts. Who knows? The upcoming season could be so massive that the showrunners might end up splitting it into 2 separate parts. To make sense of this, it's important to know that the original plan for the 6th season was 12 episodes, but not long after filming began, Catriona discovered she was pregnant. So, executive producers decided to stop the production after just 8 episodes and move the last 4 to the beginning of Season 7. That way, they got Season 6 to air as quickly as possible, and Balfe was able to take time off that she needed to give birth to her first child. It was a healthy baby boy she shared with her husband, Tony McGill. As a result, it'll feature a total of 16 episodes, and the story will pick up where the previous one ended. Claire will be in prison, where she'll face trial for the accusation of Malva Christie's murder. With so many plot points to cover in this duration, we think Starz will spread things out and split the season in 2 instead of speeding through it non-stop. The biggest reason that we think this will happen is that the first one was also split into 2 halves with 8 episodes each. And since Outlander's the most watched show on the platform, the premium cabler will want to milk the supersized season for all it's worth and keep things spread out to attract more audiences. So let's wait and see what happens. Plus, we also have a potential release date. Not much has been revealed about the production of Season 7 as of yet, but we do know for sure that it began in May and is currently ongoing. This means it could possibly wrap up completely by late fall 2022. Interestingly enough, Starz didn't reveal anything about the filming process. It's Sam Heughan, who plays Jamie Fraser in the show, that regularly posts on social media updating fans. Meryl Davis, an executive producer on the show, also spoke to Digital Spy about this. She said they're currently in the process of filming, and so she can't be sure of when it would wrap up. There'll probably be a post-production period after this as well, so we're gonna have to wait a bit. She also revealed revealed that the team's on a typical schedule, meaning filming's happening regularly. This means they're keen on finishing as quickly as they can. So keeping all of this in mind, we think it's safe to say that Season 7 will likely come out somewhere near the end of this year, or in early 2023. That isn't such a long wait. Sometimes shows even premiere at a time when all the episodes aren't fully complete, so that could happen too. So sit back and enjoy something else in the meantime. And now, for some other related news. First off, Sam's in talks to star in a feature film adaptation of a best-selling video game. Sam might have signed up for a major new movie role, and we think we speak for everyone when we say we're really excited. The 42-year-old is in talks to star in a feature film adaptation of the best-selling video game Days Gone. According to Deadline, Sony's hoping to bring the PlayStation zombie survival game to the big screen. While details are being kept under wraps right now, Oscar-nominated writer of X-Men First Class and Up in the Air, Sheldon Turner, is said to be writing the screenplay. This certainly won't be the first time Hewan has worked with Sheldon, as he's also the scribe behind the actor's currently shelved blockbuster project, Everest. According to the actor, this film was also set to star Ewan McGregor and Mark Strong, but was put on hold earlier this year. Next up, fans make theories about whether Doug McKenzie will be in the Outlander prequel. There is no doubt that the fans are totally ready to see the Outlander prequel series. Starz has officially picked it up, and we'll soon get to see the story of Brian Fraser and Ellen McKenzie. While it'll mostly be focused on them, there's no doubt that we'll get some storylines about their family members. Since we're probably gonna see some of Ellen's father and brothers in it, fans are also wondering whether Graham McTavish will return as Dougal McKenzie. Viewers think there will definitely be storylines available for Dougal in the prequel series. After all, Ellen's marriage to Brian was a huge thing for Clan McKenzie. There's no doubt that her father, Red Jacob, would send her brothers out looking for her when she ran off and hid until she was too pregnant to have her marriage with Brian ended. They think this will open the door for McTavish to return as the character, and we know that he'd likely be down for it. His exit didn't involve any bad blood, and he's previously turned up in Outlander Season 5 to play another character, so there's no reason to think that he would say no to being Dougal again unless there's a scheduling conflict. Lastly, Graham McTavish asked whether it's easier to ride a horse in Kingsguard armor or an Outlander kilt. Fans may know that Graham's no stranger to trotting around in less than ideal riding costumes. During his 2 seasons on Outlander, he was seen roaming around the Scottish Highlands in several kilts, but now, Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon requires him to sit in Kingsguard armor as he gallops through Westeros. Recently, TV Line recently chatted with him in an interview and asked which one of these 2 costumes was easier to wear on set. He answered by saying that it all depends on the horse. If you get a good horse, you can sit on them wearing just anything. But he did say that armor presents one particular challenge when it comes to all things. But it's so hilarious that we won't reveal it here. Watch the clip and let him fill you in on that himself. And that's a wrap for this video. Which book do you think Season 7 of Outlander is based on? And what are you most looking forward to seeing in it? Let us know in the comments below. Do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification for similar videos. See you in the next one.